to hear what God might be saying to his church. And so my task is fairly simple. What is God saying to his church on this lofty occasion? I don't know how many of you have gone through the experience of coming home and realizing that the furniture has been rearranged. You come into where you consider a comfortable space, your home, and the chair you always want to sit in isn't there anymore. The place just doesn't look the same. A couple of months ago, this church decided somewhat to rearrange the furniture, such that we now have two archbishops. We are enthroning this archbishop, who is the archbishop of the dioceses of Freetown, of Bo, of Cameroon, of Guinea, of Liberia, and the Gambia. I pray God that we will, not just in words, but indeed support our leaders and support our new primate. But even as we enthrone him today, we have a word spoken from Haggai, and it's in your program, nicely laid out for you. Haggai speaks to the people of Jerusalem, and Haggai says to them, you see this house of God, I want you to build it. And the text says that Haggai, or the Lord, through the words of Haggai, stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel. He stirred up the spirit of Joshua, son of Josedek. He stirred up the spirit of the people of the land. He didn't just stir up preachers to preach. He didn't just stir up leaders to lead. He stirred up the spirits of the people. One of the many tasks in our Constitution assigned to our new Archbishop would be to go around throughout his area, proclaiming the word of God and encouraging the faithful. His job is to so steer our hearts, steer our spirits, transform our minds, that we will work when we don't even want to work. We will be encouraged by God's goodness to put our hands to the plow. And so in Haggai chapter 1, the text is very clear that Haggai stirred up the people. But what did he stir them up to do? If you read a little on in that passage, still in your program, you will see that he waxes lyrical about what he wants them to do. He says to them, be strong, O Zerubbabel, governor of Judah. Be strong, O Joshua, son of Shealtiel, high priest. Be strong, you people of the land, and work. Be strong, not to be seen as strong, but be strong to work. Let the work of God be what stirs in our hearts impatiently to come out. And as the text goes on further, it says, and I will do something with the work of your hands. He asks those around, he says, how many of you have seen this house when it was first put up before it was destroyed? And those he was speaking to were the remnant of Israel. First, second, third generation of those who had been left in Judah after the captivity. And they probably would not have seen the temple standing, but they would have heard how it was. They would have heard story of its glory, of its magnificence, of its splendor. They would have heard stories of how well regarded God's house was. And so Hagar says to them, no matter what you have seen, no matter the glory of the past, the glory that I shall give in this latter time, after your work has been done, will be greater than the former. The latter glory will be greater than the former glory. I want somebody to say, give us the latter glory. The latter glory. And this is the message of Hagar. Be strong, do not despair of the weakness or the challenges you now see and face. The real challenges facing the people of God. Be strong enough to work. And having worked, I will give you a glory that will be greater than your fathers have seen. My brothers and sisters, on this day, the good Lord has laid it upon my heart to share with you something of what it means to be the greatest. Something of what it means to lead God's people, to be led by God's people. On this occasion, we have a double enthronement somewhat, as Archbishop and as Primate. And therefore, somehow I'm about to see in this something of what Paul says in the New Testament reading in Colossians, that therefore, as a leader,